All right. Now, what we want to talk about today is a strategy that is very popular in the marketplace today. And you're going to hear this a lot out there. That strategy is buy term and invest the difference. Now, what's made this so popular is all the folks out there that have a voice, and they have a very loud voice, and people listen to them. People respect their opinions, and so you hear this a lot from guys like Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, here locally, Scott Burns, are constantly talking about the only way to take care of your life insurance need is to buy the term insurance and invest the difference. Now, conceptually, we have no problem with that strategy whatsoever, provided that the individual that is implementing that strategy has the discipline to do it, and that is buy the term insurance and actually invest the difference. Statistically, that doesn't happen very often. Most people will do what? They're going to buy the term insurance and then they're going to spend the difference. The other problem that I have with it is when you listen to Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman, what they're basing their opinion on and their strategy on is that over time you won't need the life insurance. That your kids will grow up, they'll go to college, they'll get that great job, they'll move out, and everything's going to be great. Also, the assumption they make is that as you're investing the difference, all of your investments are going to hit. Everything's going to work out just fine. Well, what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? What if the kids come back? What if all those investments that you make don't work out? What if we have another economic crisis like we've seen in 2007, 2008, early 2009? What if that happens? Will Dave, Susie, or Scott, will they make up the difference? I don't think so. So this may be the perfect strategy for some people. The issue that I have with it is they absolutely believe that this is the right strategy for everybody. And that's just flat not correct. It's kind of like they're making the assumption that everybody wears a size 9 shoe. They don't. But they're going to jam you into that shoe, or they're going to ask you to stuff some tissue paper in the toe of that shoe because everybody wears a 9 shoe. And that just isn't the case. So those are the problems that I have with this strategy. But again, I want to let you know that we do it more than anyone. We sell more term insurance than anyone does, and certainly we're capable of doing a good job of investing the difference. That's not the issue. The issue is the strategy of buying term and investing the difference the right strategy for the person that you're visiting with? All right? So, if you're going to use this strategy and the individual that you're visiting with is absolutely convinced, the only thing they're going to do is buy term and invest the difference, then here's what we want to do. All right? We want to run both illustrations. So we've got our term illustration and we have our permanent illustration. Okay? And we run the summary for each that shows the premiums, and we get down to the bottom and it shows exactly, let's say for example you were using a 20-year level term. All right? And let's say, for example, that premium was going to be $100 a month to provide the appropriate amount of death benefit. Because, of course, that's what's most important. We must take care of the full need. All right? So we've got our term illustration, and then we've got our permanent illustration. Could be whole life insurance, could be universal life, could be variable universal life. All right? So we have that illustration, and let's just say, for example, that premium is $750 a month. Okay? So what they're saying is they're going to buy the term insurance and they're going to invest the difference. So that $650 we've got to invest. So we can simply say this to them, great, let's do that. I need a check to New York Life for $100 to put the term insurance policy in place. I also need another check for $650, and you might recommend to them that they use one of our asset allocation funds. Those are great funds. It requires little to no management on your part or their part. They can take advantage of the expertise at New York Life. The same guys that are managing all the money at New York Life manage those asset allocation funds for individuals. Okay? So, once the agreement is met, we decide, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do the $100, and we're going to take the $650, and we're going to start an automatic check draft into that asset allocation fund. That's great. We've got the agreement. All right. Now what we want to do is what I like to call, let's Columbo them. Okay? And you guys all remember that old television show of Columbo, the investigator. What did he always do? Right at the end, he'd kind of look and go, you know what? Just a second. Let me ask you something. If we do this strategy, okay, we're going to buy the term insurance and we're going to invest the difference, okay? Let me ask you this, okay? First, the mutual fund. Is that taxable? Meaning, as the mutual fund grows, do you pay current income tax on that? And if you need to get the money out and you have to sell some of the shares, is that a taxable event? What is the answer to that? Yes. Okay. All right. So that's question number one. Question number two, what if you unfortunately were involved in a lawsuit? Is that mutual fund sheltered from creditors? No, it isn't. They could get to that money. Absolutely. Now, if you die, what would your beneficiaries get? Well, they would get the account balance. Correct? Okay. All right. So, they get that account balance. Is that taxable? Yes. So the beneficiaries to that account would pay income tax on that account balance. So yes, it is taxable to them. All right? And also, again, if you die, the account balance is what they'd get, and that would be taxable to your beneficiaries. So let's ask them this question. What if I could show you a way where you could buy your term insurance, invest the difference, all in one wrapper, and that wrapper is the insurance wrapper? If we did this, what if we could show you a way that the growth of the internal buildup in the cash value policy was tax deferred? Pay no income tax on it. And when you get the money out, if you follow the rules correctly, you have access to the money tax-free. What if we show you a way to buy term, invest the difference, where 100% of that cash value in the policy in the state of Texas would be sheltered from creditors? What if I could show you a way, buying term and investing the difference, that you could get a leverage, you could leverage that account balance with the death benefit that you get from a life insurance policy. And upon your death, that amount, the face amount of the policy, would pass to your beneficiaries tax-free. Would you be interested in seeing that? Well, oftentimes the answer is, can you do that? Yes, we can. So what are we talking about? That will tee us up to do our presentation on variable universal life. Variable universal life is simply buying term insurance, investing the difference, in the market through separate accounts, okay? And getting the benefits that we just discussed. Then you can give them two options. We can buy the term insurance, set up the mutual fund, or we can look at this product, Variable Universal Life, which does the same thing, all in one wrapper, and has those benefits. Now, of course, you have to be a registered rep to do this. So you would have to have your Series 6 and 63 before you could have this type of discussion with one of your prospects.